Muska Beach, Muska Beach, coming through with the motherfucking woo. Muska Beach, Muska Beach,
represent 1212.
From remembering, looking back, it was local pros were the first people that I crossed paths with, and you know, they were at the skate parks and they were the best. So you know, you were checking them out and like, you know, who are these people, you know? And it was like Chris Livingston was one of the first people that I really noticed and recognized. But then from there, I remember I saw the 8th Street videos, you know, like Hocus Pocus, Shackle Me Not, and then Hocus Pocus, and then those just changed my life. Like that's when I was like, wow, like you don't need a skate park to go and do this stuff, you know? And so I saw all these spots in the videos, skating banks, rails, stairs, all these things. So then that was just like, my mind just switched and I was like, you know, okay, I'm gonna go find skate spots, all this different stuff, you know? And moved to Phoenix, Arizona, where my dad was at, and I was riding my BMX bike a lot. And then there were some neighborhood kids that would skate, and I would kind of check them out. And I used to come home from school every day and just stare at them, you know? And I would walk by and just watch them skate. They told me the story, like they remember it sometimes almost better than I do. I guess I'd be like, hey, let me try your board. And I would grab their board and just start trying to board slide the curb and go all crazy on it. And they said, I would just get their board and just start charging things. They'd be like, hey, like, you know, take it back from me kind of, you know, but they were psyched. And I would always watch them skate. And then I remember my bike got stolen, or something happened, my bike was stolen. And I got a board off one of the kids, and from that moment on, it was just like full blown, you know. And then once I started riding it myself, it was like a personal challenge. It was like just something that like instantly identified with, and never stopped after that, you know. And then from there, Tower Skate Park closed down. Skateboarding in general, I felt in that time started to die. As skateboarding was dying, I was getting more and more and more interested in it. You know, that was like where it was coming up for me. And so it went from this Tower Skate Park being kind of one of the only hubs in Phoenix, Arizona, where skaters were all coming together. And when that died, there was nowhere else to turn but the streets. And so that was like the closing of Tower Skate Park was, in a weird way, like I thought it was the worst thing in the world. But I think for me, that really turned me on to street skateboarding and made me look at things different. And then I moved to a different neighborhood, and there was a skate shop there called Pants Man, and they're one of the OG shops in Phoenix. And that's when I started to see videos, see magazines, see the new magazines that came in each month, see the new videos that were coming out, new products. That's really the place that opened my eyes up to skateboarding, really, you know. And at the time, it was really cool because it was like me, I connected with Eric Ellington way back then. And so me and Eric Ellington, Scotty Kopelman, this guy Sean Hughes, I was young. I was like 13, 14, and Eric's mom used to pick me up on the weekends, and he lived right by the Wedge, and so we would drive out and skate the Wedge from Friday till Sunday night. His mom would drive me home, and like, you know, we did that a lot, you know, and those were the real like formative years of my skateboarding, you know. And I was working in a cement precasting place in the desert that I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, drive to work with my mom's boyfriend, who told me every day, skateboarding's never going to amount to anything. Why are you doing this? I need to teach you how to drive a big semi-truck. You're not going to make anything out of skateboarding. And I just had to listen to it every day. And I was just losing my mind. And I knew everything inside of me told me, you're in the wrong place. You're not supposed to be here. Something's wrong, you know? And that's when I knew these two girls were going to Mission Beach. And I had like, I don't know, like no more than $20, a backpack, my Walkman, my sketchbook, and I knew one guy that worked at Hamill's skate shop on Mission Beach that I met one time. And I was like, drop me off on the beach, you know, and they dropped me off, and it was go time after that, you know. There was no turning back. I was there, you know, and it was crazy. And I went to the guy at the shop, and I was like, I'm here, you know, and he was like, he lived with his parents. He was in high school still. He actually let me stay at his house sometimes, and I would stay at his house, and he would get up and go to high school, and I would sleep underneath his bed, hiding, and his mom would be like cleaning the room and stuff, and I was like underneath the bed, like straight sleeping, hiding, you know. And And I stayed with him for a while, and then I met this whole other group of people, these like straight just squatter beach kids, you know, just a straight group of homeless kids that all came together. There was a little family that took me in at the time, and we stayed wherever we could. I slept on the beach, stayed at this chick Stephanie's house, who like we all crashed at sometimes. Different tourist chicks came in town, we'd crash at their place, you know, it was just, I had nothing. And those were, I could still say, by far the happiest days of my life. Happiest beyond, craziest times, gnarliest adventures, everything, you know. And skateboarding was never about money to me. You know, I never once as a kid growing up skating, and even in the part-time period where I was trying to come up, I was never like, I want to be a skater because I'm going to go make money. You know, I was like, I want to be a skater because I love this to death, and it's a dream. It's a dream of going to California, leaving every single possible thing behind that you had in life to just go and be where this energy of other people thinking the same ideas were all coming together, because it didn't really exist anywhere else in the world.
Muska Beach, Muska Beach.